It's officially fight night, UFC 173. We're in the bowels of the MGM Grand, and I run into Chael Sonnen, and who better than to do my job to break down some fights is the American Gangster. We'll start off in the main event. Renan Barao on this incredible tear against TJ Dillashaw, a massive underdog in this fight.
Yeah, I think it's a really good fight. You know, Renan Barao, our president Dana White has said that he's the second best fighter in the world, pound for pound, only behind Jon Jones. That's a tremendous compliment. And he's taking on Dillashaw. Dillashaw wants this fight. Dillashaw's been walking around like he knows something we don't. He's got a true confident look on his face. I don't necessarily see the fight that way, but he's starting to win me over. I'm starting to think, well, what is it that you're planning to do that the rest of us aren't seeing?
Mixed martial arts royalty and Dan Henderson is a even bigger underdog in a fight versus Daniel Cormier. Now, Dan told me, you know, we know Daniel will probably circle away from the right hand, and Dan usually uses that left foot to set up that right hand. He's not going to do it in this fight because he knows that's exactly what Daniel Cormier wants, that single.
Yeah, he might be overthinking that. I don't know. I don't know if Cormier is that strategic. I think both of these guys have their skills, and they both bring them, and that's what true competitors do. They don't game plan too much. They make the other guy deal with it. And you know, Dan Henderson may be the greatest fighter of all time. If you look at his records and you look at the fact that he's beaten heavyweight world champions, been a light heavyweight world champion, been a middleweight world champion, he certainly had one of the most envied careers. And with that said, Cormier may be the greatest light heavyweight on the planet today. So it's a good fight.
The trick question I gave both gentlemen over this past week was, I understand, like, for example, Daniel said, if I defeat Dan Henderson, I am taking time off. I am waiting for my title shot. And my caveat response was, I don't think so, because the minute Jon Jones and Alexander Gustafsson are announced, will you go into a mini training camp? And he kind of gave me, yeah. You think that's what both guys will do?
I don't think that he will take time off from the gym. He'll practice, and at the end of the day, you know, Cormier is going to fight. He has to. This is what he does for a living, and he needs matches. And don't forget, if Gus beats Jon Jones, they will do an immediate rematch. That'll put Daniel Cormier not only on the shelf for over a year, but in a distant memory in other people's minds. There's going to be some other guys coming through, you know, whether it's me or it's Rashad Evans or Glover gets back on track. Success is something that people have to be reminded of very often. And Daniel Cormier, if he beats Dan Henderson, will be the flavor of the week. But there's a lot of shows, and it'll go away.
This man is always planting seeds, and if you missed what he just said, he could go back to light heavyweight. Yet he's going to fight Wanderlei Silva July 5th. Talk about that. I mean, the experience on The Ultimate Fighter was one thing, but now this thing, is it real? Like, do you believe it's real still?
You know, I know Wanderlei has been training, or at least in practicing. I don't know if he's training, but I know he's breaking a sweat every day, and I got to think he's getting ready for somebody, and I'm choosing to believe that he's getting ready for me. I know I'm going to be fighting on July 5th. I'm going to be headlining the biggest card of the year. I will be the main event. It's very nice. I know that Rhonda and Chris Weidman are going to provide an encore presentation, but you're looking at the headliner.
Thank you very much for your time.
I appreciate it.
Don't forget, 2 hours of live action on Sportsnet 360 from UFC 173 on Sportsnet 360.
That's our new sign-off, Joe.